Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into something truly magnificent, the soul of France, expressed through its art and philosophy. Have you ever wondered why France has produced so many revolutionary thinkers and artists? From the grand halls of the Louvre to the cozy cafés of Paris where existentialists once debated, there's a unique thread that ties it all together. It's a story of passion, rebellion, and a relentless search for meaning. So grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's journey through centuries of French brilliance. Our story begins long before the Eiffel Tower graced the Parisian skyline. In the Middle Ages, French art was largely devoted to the divine. Think of the breathtaking stained glass windows of cathedrals, like Notre Dame or Chartres. These weren't just decorations. They were visual Bibles for a population that mostly couldn't read. Each panel tells a story, bathing the cavernous interiors in a kaleidoscope of colored light, designed to lift the spirit and inspire awe. The architecture itself, with its soaring Gothic arches and flying buttresses, was a philosophical statement, a testament to human ambition reaching towards the heavens, a physical manifestation of faith. Then came the Renaissance. While Italy is often seen as the cradle of the Renaissance, France developed its own unique flavor. King Francis I was a huge patron of the arts, famously bringing Leonardo da Vinci to France. This era saw a shift from purely religious themes to humanism. Artists like Jacques-Louis painted stunningly realistic portraits of the royal court, capturing not just the likeness but the personality of their subjects. The focus was turning from the divine to the human, celebrating individual identity and earthly beauty. This humanist spirit laid the groundwork for the philosophical explosions to come. Fast forward to the 17th and 18th centuries, the age of Enlightenment. This is where French philosophy really takes center stage. Picture this: powdered wigs, lavish palaces, and intense intellectual debates. At the heart of it was René Descartes, who famously declared, "I think, therefore I am." This simple phrase was revolutionary. It placed human reason at the very center of existence, challenging the absolute authority of both the monarchy and the church. Descartes encouraged people to doubt everything, to build knowledge from the ground up based on logic. This spirit of rational inquiry fueled the entire Enlightenment. Following Descartes, thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Diderot became the rock stars of their time. They championed liberty, equality, and fraternity ideas that would soon ignite the French Revolution. Voltaire used his sharp wit to criticize injustice and religious intolerance. Rousseau, on the other hand, argued that civilization had corrupted humanity and championed the noble savage and the power of individual feeling. Meanwhile, Diderot undertook the monumental task of creating the Encyclopedia, a massive collection of all human knowledge, aimed at educating the public and promoting critical thinking. Their writings weren't just abstract theories. They were calls to action that reshaped society. This revolutionary spirit bled directly into the art world. Neoclassicism, led by Jacques-Louis became the official style of the revolution. His paintings, like The Oath of the Horatii, are powerful, dramatic, and filled with moral purpose. They depict scenes of civic duty and sacrifice, using classical Roman imagery to inspire revolutionary fervor. Gone were the frivolous, pastel-colored paintings of the old regime. This was art with a message, art that was meant to educate and mobilize the masses. It was a visual representation of the Enlightenment ideals of reason, order, and patriotism. But what happens after a revolution? The 19th century was a period of immense change and turmoil in France, and the art reflected this. Romanticism emerged as a reaction against the cold logic of Neoclassicism. Artists like Eugène Delacroix, with his masterpiece Liberty Leading the People, celebrated passion, emotion, and individualism. His swirling colors and dynamic compositions captured the chaotic energy of the era. The Romantics were drawn to the dramatic, the exotic, and the power of nature, valuing personal feeling over universal reason. Then came one of the most significant upheavals in art history: Impressionism. Imagine Monet, Renoir, and Degas leaving the stuffy confines of the studio to paint outdoors. Or en plein air. They wanted to capture the fleeting moments of modern life, the way light danced on water, the hustle and bustle of a Parisian street, the quiet intimacy of a café. They broke all the traditional rules. Their brushwork was visible and loose, their colors were vibrant, and their subjects were ordinary people. Critics were initially horrified, with one mockingly coining the term Impressionism, from a Monet painting. But these artists were showing the world as they truly saw it, a subjective, ever-changing experience. This was a philosophical shift in itself, a move towards recognizing the validity of individual perception. As we move into the 20th century, the pace of change accelerates. Artists like Matisse and Picasso shattered all remaining conventions. Fauvism, led by Matisse, used color in a way no one had ever seen before: wild, expressive, and non-representational. A tree could be blue, a face could be green. It was about conveying emotion through pure color. Then came Picasso and Braque with Cubism, which was like a philosophical deconstruction of reality. They broke down objects into geometric forms, showing them from multiple viewpoints at once. It challenged the very idea of a single fixed perspective, mirroring the new, complex understanding of the world emerging from fields like psychology and physics. Meanwhile, French philosophy was undergoing its own revolution with the rise of existentialism. In the post-war cafés of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, Jean-Paul Sartre, Simone de Beauvoir, and Albert Camus wrestled with life's biggest questions in a world that seemed to have lost its meaning. Sartre's famous idea, existence precedes essence, meant that we are born without a predefined purpose. We are thrown into the world and are condemned to be free to create our own values and define our own lives through our choices. Camus explored the concept of the absurd, the conflict between our human desire for meaning and the meaningless, silent universe. His answer wasn't despair, but rebellion, freedom, and passion. We must imagine Sisyphus happy. This existentialist mood is perfectly captured in the art of someone like Alberto Giacometti. His elongated, skeletal sculptures of solitary figures seem to embody the anxiety and isolation of the modern condition. They are fragile yet resilient, representing the lonely struggle to exist and to connect in an absurd world. The art and philosophy of this period are deeply intertwined, each reflecting and informing the other's search for meaning in the rubble of old certainties. So from the divine light of Gothic cathedrals to the defiant brushstrokes of the Impressionists and the profound questions of the Existentialists, French art and philosophy have always been in a dynamic conversation. It's a legacy of questioning authority, celebrating the individual, and courageously facing the complexities of human existence. It teaches us that art isn't just for decoration, and philosophy isn't just for academics. They are essential tools for understanding ourselves and our world. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through French culture. What's your favorite period of French art or your favorite French philosopher? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into art and history. See you in the next one.